selfish. Selfish.
Hey fam, what up? How you doing? Hope you're doing good today. Um, I was just writing down some stuff, about videos, etc. And I was thinking, as I told you last time, I was thinking that in order for me to go deep into it, I need to write down, I need to express myself by writing down on my phone. As you can see, I got my notes, And today we're gonna talk about 3 things that ruin your life, in my opinion, because I've been through it. So I'm only able to talk about the subject or the things that I've been through, or the things that I've had some lessons, So we're gonna talk about 3 things that can ruin your life, And first thing is first thing is social media.
Selfish.
And what I wrote is people spend an average of 2 hours and 24 minutes a day on social media. It means people spend more than 14 hours weekly on social media, scrolling through TikTok and Instagram. Yet people always find an excuse to be lazy, to stay in their comfort zone, and still the majority don't want to work on themselves. But if you want to step your game up and set up your life in order to attract greatness and have better opportunities, you need to work on yourself. It is what it is. You gotta make sacrifice in your life in order to have what you wanna have, in order to step your game up to be a better person, etc. In every part of your life, every aspect of your life. You need to work on yourself, no laziness around here, because if you lazy, you ain't gonna have no outcome, literally no outcome. And I keep by saying that you need to work those extra miles. You have to read those books. You have to work on your business. You want to set up during late nights and be able to wake up early to go to your 9 to 5. For those who got 9 to 5, next day. You still need to go to the gym, Doesn't mean just because you got a 9 to 5, you got a job, doesn't mean that you cannot work on yourself. Because most people say, "Hey, I'm too busy with my 9 to 5, and so I don't have enough time to focus on something else." And to me, it's like, yo, this is straight bullshit. This is straight bullshit, because I remember when I was working in my 9 to 5, I will clock out my 9 to 5, go to the gym, and then be at the gym, go to my place, eat something, and then work on myself, work on my music, I had no time for laziness, and sometimes you gotta make sacrifice, because sometimes I've heard some people telling me, "Hey, I'm a bit also busy because maybe I can do that extra mile and go to the gym, but once I got back home, I'm way too dead. Like I can't do anything because my body is so tired, And I'm like, man, that's where you gotta. Yeah, that's if you feel like that's where you gotta stop there, stop there. But keep in mind that some people keep going. Some people finish their gym workout, they go to their place, they go to their apartment, they get back, they take a shower, they eat something, and then they work, They work until like midnight or 1 a.m. They sleep, they wake up the next day, go to work and do the same thing again. So just gotta keep in mind, some people keep working on themselves, In my opinion, you gotta make sure that your actions are aligned with the vision you have for yourself, with the future you. That's always how I've lived my life, you know. I've always made sure that I find no excuse for me, you know. And even if, like, we are human beings, even if I found excuses for me, I know this is some kind of excuses. This is some kind of bullshit. Because at the end of the day, I'm only responsible for my own future self, for my own action, etc. You know. So even when I'm too lazy to do the work, I keep it on me. I say, hey, you only accountable for your actions, so it's up on you. It's up to you to make things happen, you know. And I kept by saying that you need to work those extra miles. You need to read those books. You have to work on the business. You have to work on the business you want to set up during late night times and be able to wake up early to go to your 9 to 5 next day. You still need to go to the gym in order to work on your body because it is the only place you have to live in your whole life. You know, gotta take out the body. Like, for me, this is something that everybody should do. We should all take out our body because this is the only place we get to live for our entire life. How are you going to be able to stay focused and sharp if you keep consuming social media all day, all the time? You know, that's why it is so important sometimes to stay away from social media. Because when you think about it, just think about it. You wake up in the morning. First thing you do, what? Okay, let's say you pray. First thing you do, you pray. And then what? Then you check up your phone. First thing you check up is what? For some people is what time is it? And some people is, oh, I wanna check my messages on WhatsApp, on Instagram. Maybe I wanna check all of my social media platforms, you know. I wanna check it all, you know. And people, I don't wanna say people because we are in the same boat, you know. Because even me, I fall for it sometimes, you know. We are so focused on social media, you know, and to me, it's like it's like a drug, you know. It's like a drug. Like, I remember 2 years ago, I decided to delete my Instagram because Instagram is the social media platform I use the most, and I decided to delete my social media for 2 weeks, and I ended up doing it for like 6 months. And it was crazy how when you get out of that bubble, of that social media bubble, you see people differently. Not that you see people as you are above them, no. You just see the little things they do and you're like, whoa, this is crazy. This is how I acted. You know, I remember at that time I went to Ibiza with a few of my friends, you know, with three of my guys, you know. We wanted to party in Ibiza, etc. And I remember I was the only one who didn't take photo shots. Who didn't wanna have those fancy photos, the nice view, etc. And I remember I was watching them looking for the perfect angle, for the perfect restaurant, for the perfect dish, for the perfect fish. And I was like, this is crazy how people live for the cameras. This is crazy how people live to show a little bit, you know, just to show off a little bit like, hey, look at my life. Look at the way I live. Look at me, you know. Look at me right now. Look at me. Look what's going on in my life right now. I'm good. And I was like, this is crazy. It's crazy how it takes such an important part in people's life, you know. The only people we should really care about is us and our loved ones, our siblings, you know. And I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And the only thing that came into my mind was I like that? Was I also like this? Like taking photos, taking shots, taking pictures, making sure I got the right post on Instagram so I get many likes, you know, I get DMs from women or from other people, you know, and I was like, was I like that, you know? And it's really crazy how social media have a big impact on our life, you know, on the way we view life, etc. That's why, to me, it's so important sometimes to just step away from social media, and that's what I'm trying to do. If you're here with me, you're gonna see I still use social media. I still use Instagram, etc. But I don't do it like that no more. I'm not on Instagram. It's really like a drug, because sometimes I will tell you. Sometimes I take my phone, I go on Instagram. I normally don't have Instagram on my phone, so I have to download it first. I download it, I go on Instagram, and I just want to check my message. That's what I'm telling myself, like, okay, let me check my DMs, because I always have DMs, let me check my DMs. I see I got DMs, I respond to all of them, and then I go to explore page, and then that's how you get distracted, and you get like 45 to 50 minutes in. And then when you get out of that, you realize, like, whoa, I spent like 45 minutes on Instagram, and I just wanted to check my DMs. That's why I say it's a little bit addictive, It's like a drug. It's like a drug. And 14 hours weekly on social media, it's a lot. Bro, it's a lot. Like, with those 2 hours a day plus on social media, you can do a lot. You can work on yourself. You can work on the business you want to set up. You can work on your mental illness, your mental well-being. You can work on your inner self. You can meditate. You can do so much things in those 2 hours. That you don't have to scroll to social media. And I'm telling you, 2 hours is like 2 hours. It's like, for me, it's like minimum a day. I'm not talking about myself, but I'm talking about people around me, because I've had conversation with people around me who go up and they go on social media for like, let's say, like 7 hours in a day. Like, when you check up the data, it says 7 to 5 hours in a day, and you're like, whoa, this is too much. Can you even imagine? If by the end of the day, like, if we take from Monday to Sunday, they show up in your data that you consume social media for like 30 hours. Bro, 30 hours. Like, this is a lot. This is a lot. Imagine you doing that for like, let's say 10 years. This is a lot. This is a lot of time. And still people say, I never got time. I don't have time. And I'm like, no, it's not that you don't have time. It's just that you're not self-aware enough. You're not self-aware enough. You gotta be focused. You gotta know what are your priorities, And that's what I'm working on. I'm talking to y'all right now. I haven't figured it all out, I'm trying to work on myself too, And I think that the first thing that ruins people's life is social media. Social media, with no doubt, for me. And the second thing I would say, it is your environment. Hanging out with the wrong people. Definitely hanging out with the wrong people. And I said I won't say this enough, but my environment matters so much to me that I'd rather be alone than having a bunch of people around me who are not purpose-driven as I am. You could be part of my family, and Lord knows I will forever love you, but we are not going to hang out like that if you don't have a certain mindset. And for me to see that, I don't even have to talk with you, because talk is cheap. I only have to see the way you live. By the way you live, I can see if you read about that life. I don't even have to talk to you about your goals, etc. If you goal-driven, etc. By the way you live, I know if I can really hang out with you like that, That's how it is. If you work on yourself, people gonna see it. People gonna see it. When you work on yourself, at some point, people gonna see it. Let me keep on saying that people have to see that you are different by the way you live. That's what I said. Like, people are gonna see. When you work on yourself, people are gonna see that you are different. You are not like everybody else. You are different, They're gonna see it. Maybe they won't have, maybe they're gonna say something like, I don't know why, but I kind of like his vibe. I don't know why, but I feel that something is different in this guy, But they're gonna see it. They're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel it by the way you present yourself, by the way you talk to them, by the way you live your life, by your energy, because you gotta work your inner peace too. You gotta work your energy. You gotta meditate. Also, they're gonna feel it. They're gonna see it. When you work on yourself, people are always gonna see it. And I say, and we are surrounded with different energies all the time. We are energy. We are all energy, and we all attract the energy we put out. Of course, you know, I'm a firm believer of the law of attraction, and I think that we attract what we are. That's how it is. We attract what we think about. That's how. That's why. I sometimes we all have bad thoughts. We all have those bad habits. The human brain is so particular that we almost tend to always have negative thoughts than positive thoughts. That's why I try to work on myself too on that. I try to have positive thought, a positive mindset. Sometimes I think about something, I think about someone, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to hang out with that person because that person is so negative, etc. And then I'm like, no, don't think about the negativity. What positive that person brings around you. That's what sometimes I think about. I'm thinking about like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, but I don't have this, I don't have much time, and I'm like, no, 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 you shouldn't think like that. Think, what are the positive side of doing this or doing that? What are the positive sides of those actions? I always try to remind myself that I gotta stay positive, because being positive is the key. If you are positive, you're gonna attract positive in your life. That's how it is. And people tend to be very negative. People tend to be very negative, and that's why they attract negative, and that's why they attract negative stuff in their life. And sometimes people are also very when I say people, I mean even me, everybody, we are very sometimes fearful, very fearful, like, oh, this, we only think about the bad stuff that might happen. Oh, if I do this, or maybe I should do that because something bad like this can happen, something bad like that can happen. I remember I was with one of my friend one day, and we were in her car, and I remember she wanted to do something about a business. And she was like, oh, I don't want to do it because I'm not sure I want to do it, because I feel like it can turn out bad because you have this side effect, or you have this thing that might happen. You have those events that might happen, and I don't think it's a good idea. And I was always thinking about launching the same business. So we were talking, and she said, I don't think, and I was more advanced in that, because I've put more steps forward in order to make that business happen, to make other things happen. And she was like, I don't think it's a good idea because this might happen, that might happen. People can steal you, people can do this, people can do that. And I remember I told her, the thing with life is, if you only think about what's gonna happen bad when you want to start a business, when you want to start something, if you only think about negative stuff, and if you only think about the reason it won't happen and it won't work out, then you'll never do anything. You'll never do anything. It's either, I told her, at the end of the day, it's either you do something or you don't. But if you don't want to do it, okay, I get it. But just step aside and let the people who actually want to do something without bringing those negative thoughts in. That's what I told her, and she was like, "Yeah, you're right. I get it. You're right." And that's what I told her. I told her, at the end of the day, it's, are you gonna do it or not? Are you gonna do it or not? If you're gonna do it, then do it. And on your way to that path, you're gonna realize, oh, I have this issue, I have that issue. What can I do? What can I do to resolve those issues? But if before starting, you start to bring up all the potential issues you might face before launching your business, you'll never do anything. You'll never do anything in life. Anything. And I kept by writing that most of the time similar energy attract each other. That's what I say. So your environment is only going to reflect the person you are destined to be. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, if you want to be somebody who's great, if you want to be like very successful, no matter the field, you gotta surround yourself with like-minded people. I know you've heard it already, but I can't say it enough. I can stress this enough. Like, it's so important to filter your environment. It's so important. Like, I'm not saying that you should everybody should cut out your friend. No, what I'm saying is you should really pay attention to the people you hang out the most with. You know, even if you gotta hang out alone. If they don't align with your vision, and not everybody's meant to align with your vision, but if they don't have that mindset of a go-getter, it won't work out. It won't work out. So that's why it is so important to make sure that you hang out with the right people. And the last thing for me that can ruin your life is dating apps. Like, and I fell for it. I'm talking about it because it is real. It's something that I really struggle with, dating apps. Because what I say is, I used to be a huge victim of it. I ain't gonna lie. I have always been good dealing with women. I've always been good dealing with women. So for me, having a bunch of women through dating apps was very, very easy. Could have like 3 different women every week. Like for real. Like, I could have like 3 different women every week. I wouldn't, like, once we had sex, like, I'm done with y'all. That's how it was. Like, once we have sex, like, and I'm not going on, like, I wasn't going on like those third dates they're talking. No. Max 2 dates. And at a certain point, I was like, I was even like, okay, I'm gonna fuck on first date, and it wasn't for me, it wasn't on me, I was to the point that I had to challenge myself to not fuck on the first date, because those women will always allow me to have sex with them on the first date, and I was the one who was like, okay, let me just, like, I feel like I'm very addicted to dating apps, sex, etc. So I need to work on myself, I need to work on that. And the thing I'm gonna do is I really wanna try to know those people, like, not only talk to them, but having a real connection, So I was like, I started to challenge myself. Like, I don't wanna fuck on the first date. Like, I'm gonna challenge myself to always make sure I don't fuck on the first date. I don't have sex on the first date. And sometimes it will work, but sometimes I will fail because I will finally have sex with a girl, But it's something I really struggle with, And I know some guys are struggling with that too. And I said I could have like 3 different women every week and change all of them next week. And let me tell you that as a man, once you start dealing with so many women, it is very hard to stop. And the guys who really dealing with women like that know it. They know that once you start dealing with like a large amount of women, like different women all the time, once you don't have difficulties to have women in your bed, it's very hard to stop it. It's very hard to control it, because you are like, I'm not gonna say you are looking for validation, but I think as men, we're not like women. We don't look for validation. But the thing is, for whatever reason, we're trying to raise our body count up, We're trying to raise our body count up for whatever reason. I don't know why, but this happened to me. I don't know about other guys. Maybe you should tell me in the comment, but I was at a point where I was having sex just to have sex. I was at a point where I was fucking a bunch of women, a bunch of different women, just to do it. It wasn't even to the point where I couldn't really enjoy it like that, It was to the point where it was like Cause I have a lot of female friends, and we talk about it a lot, and I remember I used to tell them that, God damn it, sometimes we would be there, having a drink, etc., and I would be like, God damn it, I have to see that girl tomorrow or tonight, and I don't want to fuck again, I don't want to have sex again, and they were like, "Oh, poor guy, poor you. You got too many women wanting to have sex with with you." And I was like, "I'm telling you, this is something I can say I really struggle with, because once you in that mood, once you get in the mood of, okay, let me see those different women, let me just meet them, let me just have sex with them. Once you tell to yourself that, hey, this is the time I'm gonna stop, this is the time I want to change my life, etc., you're gonna see how difficult it is. It is so difficult. Like, sometimes you will have sex with those women and you won't even know why. Like, you will just do it just to do it because, okay, it was like a mission. When somebody go to war, when like a soldier go to war, and he doesn't really even know why he does this. He just does this because he has those are orders from the people above him, from his superior. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go to war. I'm gonna take my guns, etc., and go to war because I received the order from somebody above me. I'm not saying I receive any order from from God or whatever. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, for whatever reason, you feel like you on a mission, and even when you don't wanna deal with all those girls, you don't wanna fuck with all those girls, you don't wanna have sex with all of them, you end up having sex with them. And if somebody asks me why, I wouldn't be able to tell them. I wouldn't be able to tell them because to me, it was just a mission. It was just something I would do. And I'm so glad. Like, this is something I really struggle with. I really struggled with in the past. I'm so glad that I've overcame this addiction. I'm really glad that I overcame this. Because once you do it as a man, you're not really focused. If you're a man, you got goals. You can be hopping around, always having those different women around you, always having sex with those different women around you. You're gonna be distracted. You gotta stay sharp. You gotta stay focused. And I thank God that I was able to overcome that part of my life, that addiction. I thank God. I really thank God for that. That I can be focused now. And I know some guys struggle with that too. I know some guys struggle with that. Some guys struggle with the I got a lot of DMs. I got a lot of messages on my Tinder, or I don't know, those other dating apps. And I got so many choices. And they're like, as men, we know how it is. Sometimes you just have sex to have sex. Sex is not really something really special like that for us. It's just sex. But once you realize, God damn it, this is my energy. This is my energy that I'm putting into something really meaningless. Like, this is something really meaningless. I don't need this in my life right now. I need to stay sharp. I need to stay focused. I need to be goal driven. I need to go to the gym. I need to come back from the gym. I need to go to my 9 to 5. I need to work on my business, to work on my future self. I need to work on my goals. Me, I need to work on those videos. I need to work on my music too. I don't got time. I don't got time to be fucking a lot of women, be having sex with a lot of women, be fucking around all the time. I don't have time for that. I shouldn't have time for that. As a man, you shouldn't have time for that. You should be goal driven. You should be always sharp. I'm telling you, should be goal driven, bro. Keep your energy for yourself. And if you want to fuck a bunch of women, do it. But don't do it consistently. I'm not no Jesus. I'm not here to tell you that, hey, don't have sex with nobody. Just stay sharp, stay lean, go to work, work on yourself, etc. No, if you want to have fun, have fun. But don't do it more than you work on yourself. You know, that's what it is. And sometimes it is something very difficult to overcome, to get out from, because sex is a little bit an addiction. Once you start to have sex with like different women. I'm talking as a man. Once you start to have sex with different women all the time, it's kind of like an addiction, and you want to do it again. 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 You want to do it again, to the point that you're like, oh man, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. Now I gotta change. It's time for me to change. It's time for me to change my lifestyle. And from the moment you realize that it's time for you to change your lifestyle, and from the moment you actually change your lifestyle, it's a why. Bro, I'm telling you, it's a why, because it's an addiction. And you're not even aware of it. Like, I remember I was, as I told you, I was talking to my female friends, and they were all like, I think you are addicted. And I was like, stop the bullshit. I'm not addicted. What the fuck you talking about? I'm not addicted. I'm not addicted to no pussy. What the hell are you talking about? I was like, no, stop the bullshit. I'm not addicted. I can stop whenever I want. I'm just doing it for fun. I kept telling them I'm doing this for fun, but knowing damn well that I wasn't even getting any fun in that. It was like, yeah, it was cool, talking to different women, like the way you could talk to them, seduction, etc. I mean, it's cool. I love it. Seduction, etc. Being very seductive, the way you talk to them, the way you touch each other. Like, I love it. But it shouldn't be something that should be an addiction. That's what I'm talking about, And I think I'm gonna wrap up my video here. I just wanted to share my thoughts on that. Hope it's gonna talk to y'all, and I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a great month. So see you in the next video, guys. Peace.